Nice.
Hello, party people, and welcome to Red Valkyrie Presents. I'm, of course, Shae the Red. Little muffled, little obscured vision. You'll see why soon.
No, it actually sounds like the mic is inside your mouth right now.
It kind of is. Here's the other fun thing. I just built Cy's office chair because I went to Cy's house. Because I'm a weird creeper. And I built Cy's office chair about an hour ago, and while sitting in it, I apparently leaned back a little bit too far and damn near fell on my face. So, we're starting out strong.
How can you fall backwards onto your face? Wouldn't that mean your head is on backwards?
No, it's like a lot happened, okay? Just go with it. Fell backwards, overcompensated, almost took out my laptop. We're good. We're good. It's fine. How are you, asshole? And by asshole, I mean Cy.
I'm doing awesome. Apparently much better than you, because the chair that I'm in might only have 3 screws in it instead of the prescribed 4, but I'm in no danger of falling over. Then again, I can see my surroundings, so.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. I'm gonna need you to stop judging. And we are, of course, here with Justin Sweet. How are you doing, Justin?
I'm doing extra good. How about yourself?
Besides
the falling backwards and landing on your face, I'm sure
it's fine. Look, we all suffer for our craft. It's apparently my turn. It's gonna be totally fine. I just hope I don't break anything. Look, in order for people to understand just why this was so dangerous a second ago, I feel like we just need to do the cosplay reveal so people can get it.
I'm nervous.
Are you ready, Cy? Come on. Let's do it, Cy.
God, you're such a douche.
You love me.
Stop being a douche.
Metamorphosis completed, sir.
Shae the Red
Has now become
awesome.
Boom.
Wally the Wolf.
Yep. Yep. Do you know how long this bitch took? Because I bought a mascot head, but the only one I could get was a fucking Care Bear.
Hey, I mean, you nailed it.
Look, it took a lot.
That's so cool. So you have to do the whole show in this head?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, that's how this works.
I love
By
it.
the way, totally not super hot at all.
No.
The only time I muted you, the only time she doesn't have to do it in the entire show in the cosplay is if the cosplay falls apart during the show.
Ah.
All right, you're unmuted.
Yeah, that's not going to happen here. There's
No,
nothing
it's
to
not.
fall apart. I sewed this bitch on.
Freaking love it. Hey, make sure the zipper's stuck. That way you can't get it off, because that's what happens to Scratch in the comic.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a genuine concern for a minute, but I think we're good.
Well, I say zipper. I mean, of course, in the comic it's like a hard shell, the latch is rusty and he can't get it off. He doesn't have time to mess with it. He's
right.
He's got a little girl to save, so he's like, ah.
I noticed he seemed a little bit busy. And there was a lot of fighting. There was the cool thing is this is good enough that I can even do the
right.
No. Oh shit. Oh, it went backwards.
Yeah, until you rip your mic out.
It's fine. Enjoy the mic sounds. Look, this is what happens. You want to hear me? There's a mic in here.
Nice.
Every time you reach up in there, it looks like you're eating your hand.
Okay. All right. So for anyone who doesn't know why we're here for Chrome Dog. This I just love how this started. I thought like the couple of pages that you sent us were some of the most ridiculous that I've ever seen, and it made me think a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's. Only for some reason the mascots aren't murderous killbots. They're like just a dude who got stuck in a costume trying to save a little girl.
Well, so there's not given, of course, not given any spoilers, but there definitely is an homage to Five Nights at Freddy's, and it's kind of funny, the suit that he's or the body that he inhabits, right? It's a consciousness that's been downloaded into this body. The original origin may or may not have had something to do with back in an ancient society, maybe they had a pizzeria that had had a certain technician that part-timed there, and he created this killbot to be one of the
that is amazing.
One of the creatures or whatever, but yeah, that civilization completely got destroyed, and so we're thousands of years in the future, and here we are with him trying to figure out what to do with this body that he lives in.
He's like,
so
man,
meta.
out of everything I could have been in, this fucking like, look at this crazy ass wolf dog man is what I am stuck in. Like, I couldn't have got like some buff Vin Diesel looking dude or something, or like no, I am a wolf.
Well, and
it's hard to get chicks.
And what makes it worse is he has there's an internal drive that has a virtual intelligence installed named Sally, and she is this constant nag in his ear, and she was helpful, but as we see, like as the story develops, she becomes less and less helpful, and actually kind of goes in a completely opposite direction, and that'll be fun, as we move into issue number 2 and issue number 3. Like, this whole arc is to kind of get to that place where he and Sally have their come to Jesus moment, and finally be able to separate, or will they? Who knows? We'll see.
The second you said that, and you're like, yeah, it's this named Sally. She used to be helpful. She became less and less helpful. I could just hear Cye. I could hear Cye going like, I know exactly what that's like.
I know. I'm invested now.
You are such an ass. By the way, Cye, when you bring up all of these comments, you do realize I'm on another screen and I can't fucking see them. So I just keep hearing Justin snicker and laugh, and I'm like, damn it, that was probably a good one.
Can you see that?
Son of a bitch, I'm on the other screen.
All right, so
furry fun time. Oh my gosh. Hi, Chris. Unlike Lola, I actually did a furry stream. Ha! Kind of.
Oh boy.
It was purely because it was the cosplay. That's all.
I'm doubting your commitment. I'm seeing very flesh-like hands.
Do you want me to be able to run anything on the stream? Because that's how this happens, okay?
Your level of commitment.
Can you do that again? So bony.
You asshole!
Unlike this stream, this particular comic book is all ages.
Yeah, this stream is not, but the comic book, hey.
I mean, I use that loosely. I mean, there's going to be, basically, anything that would have, kind of passed muster in the Bronze Age is, pretty much what we're going for here. There's going to be, obvious violence and.
I'm sorry. Are you telling parents to parent? Before you let your kid read or watch anything, you should probably check it out for yourself. Be an adult that's responsible for your child and what they consume. Small things.
True. I mean, but it's definitely not. There's not going to be any severed heads or anything unless it's like a machine or something like that. Potentially.
So we're going for machine gore. So Cye, it's not for all ages. For you.
How dare you? Such hate for my people.
Uh, by the way, I desperately need these little guys as plushies.
Well, I'll tell
Like,
you what.
so bad.
I'll tell you what, if we can get some folks like get a street team together and they can actually like really help me promote this and push us up into the, 5 or 6 figure, yeah, we can certainly do, we can get it done. I'm actually
I,
thinking about
I'm
doing a slam.
dressed as the guy. Let's do this.
Right, yeah,
Come on, people. Go
exactly.
back it. I got a furry head for you all.
I want to do slam buddies of Chrome Dog specifically.
Yes.
I think that would be fun.
Yes,
But yeah,
I've become addicted to Slam Buddies. I'm so pissed because when we finally had Mark Polton on for his Sea Dog, like the one that had the Sea Dog Slam Buddy, he was like, they're already sold out. I'm like, oh, Mark, make one extra. I will buy it off of you at a premium. Like I have a Slam Buddy collection.
it's one of those things where if I start something, I'm probably just going to keep going with it.
Yes.
I mean, so even if it's out of stock, it's like, okay, I'll just order more. I mean, it's I'm looking to build something here, not just yeah, here's my comic, I'm done. No, this is
no, Mark just
power.
he's got enough repeat customers. He does that exclusivity shit, and then I'm like, fuck, I missed out on one. And someone's gonna be like, I'll sell it to you for $100, and be like, I'm actually gonna have to debate that. I might. Damn it. By the way, don't try to sell me your Slam Buddy for $100. I'm not gonna take it.
Nice.
Just throwing that out there. Yeah, no, so I really like this. Like, it just seems like this nice little, everybody's hanging out, we're at a carnival or something, it's all going good, and then, like, shit just hits the fan. And this was this one shot right here, that was, like, my whole inspiration for this cosplay. Was like, okay, I see him, he's in the costume, he's slowly getting out of the costume, he's, for some reason, stuck in the head. And that just stays on.
So there was a couple of choices here. The reason I keep the head on, one, it's fun for the fight, especially when he knocks it backwards, and then he says look at me when I'm talking to you, that kind of thing, right?
Yes.
But the one of the main things that's going on here is I wanted. By the time I got to these 10 pages, I wanted Sarah to wake up and look and see, Wally, and not freak out on, seeing this, this murder, werewolf murder bot. You know what I mean?
To be fair, if I was just in danger and then I woke up to this shit, I'd be like, I am still gonna die, like immediately. Like my young life is over, clearly, because he doesn't look cuddly.
That's true, but what we'll see in the pages to come, so starting with page 11, we're gonna see that Sarah is not she's not like any other 6, 7, or 8-year-old. She's pretty smart, so she's figured some things out, but in the moment she's kind of like, Wally.
Wow, Shae, you're looking real jacked there.
Yeah, I've been working out. It's fine. It's totally those are like it just looks like pecs. They're really just tits. That's all it is. Don't worry about it. This is a more accurate cosplay, and don't scrutinize it too closely.
Nice.
Oh, I love this. Okay, so of course we have the famous 6 a.m. So you're doing yours as a sticker.
Yes, and it'll be a holofoil sticker. And once I go to production with these, I'll get them. I'll post pictures and update with an actual photo of of it in real life, so that people can see exactly what they're getting.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a question, because holofoil can mean so many things.
Right.
You have people that do the textures, the dots, the prisms, all that.
None of that. No. This is straight up. This is going to be, basically it'll be a nice rainbow. No weird.
Like an oil slick.
Yeah.
Nice
Exactly.
Just
nice and smooth. No extra textures or anything in there. It's just going to it's going to be holofoil, and I'm probably going to have certain areas of it. I guess I'm going to be working with the manufacturer to kind of figure out like what the best look is. I don't want him to be completely maybe transparent, so the whole thing's holofoil. I don't really want that, but I want to have
be really cool.
What's that?
Do holofoil on all of the metal body pieces, so like
Right.
the toes, the foot, the chest, the arms, but leave his, I mean, you could do his face, but you could also leave his face. Definitely, if you can, leave like the pants and everything
Yeah.
without
And
it.
yeah, maybe do the maybe not the face, but the
Yeah.
eyes. Like have the eyes
Yeah, yeah.
and
Like you could do like the
yellow
teeth
light.
and the eyes or something,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
little. But
yeah,
if they let you do spot holofoil,
yeah. They
which
do.
I've
Yeah, they will.
I've done before, and obviously I've done it in like a janky ass way. Um,
Okay.
like it works, but it's like labor intensive the way
Right.
that I have been able to do it. If they let you do it where it's still just like one nice smooth sticker without like multiple layers and everything,
Yeah.
oh, so do it. So do it.
Yeah. I mean, initially I wanted to do a chrome, one that was just straight up, just silver, but I
Mhm.
felt like that would have been a little too like it doesn't really capture what I'm wanting to do with Chrome Dog, and to me it seems a little cheap. And I think with holofoil, I mean, because full disclosure, everybody, even though I'm coming up with some other comic properties in the future, Chrome Dog is going to be it. In my mind, is going to be the at least at this stage the only color comic book that I'm doing. I really want to
Oh,
do a lot of black
nice.
and white, going with some of my other characters, but I want it
Right.
to be full color, and so I want that nice 80s and 90s retro feel, and I think Hollow
Right.
definitely does that.
Well, and I think a big difference between holofoil and chrome is so bright and reflective that
Mhm.
it can wash out a lot of this beautiful line art detail that you have like in the chest and everything from what
Yeah,
Six does, because he does chibi, but he does like insanely detailed
yeah,
chibis, and I think the holofoil is probably going to retain more of that gorgeous line art while still giving you that kind of really cool kitschy factor from the 90s. Whereas chrome, like you said, like it feels kind of cheap. I don't think it feels cheap. I think it feels on the nose.
yeah. Okay.
Like it's Chrome Dog, so clearly
Well, I
it's
know, I
chrome,
So
know.
and you're
lean
like,
into it.
yeah,
Yeah,
just do chrome everything.
yeah.
No, actually, something that, and I don't know why this just popped in my head, but it just did. This, one of the really cool things that you might want to consider doing if you ever do limited edition, like covers and stuff like that. You know how Luke Stone does his black cover?
Mhm.
Okay. If you did something similar to that, but you did chrome.
Absolutely, and that was that. That's why there's going to be metal prints on this campaign.
Nice.
Mainly, the thing is, I wanted to do a chromium cover. Like I saw I've got an old Geomancer, Valiant Geomancer book,
Hmm.
and I love the way that looked. But then I saw the trouble that Ethan was having with Cyberfrog, and I wanted this first issue to not have any hiccups in the production
Right.
realm. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna keep it simple for the actual book, but I want to do something special, so that's why we have the metal
Absolutely.
prints. But yeah, I'm with you on that.
You know what would be cool is if you, after you get like an arc, right? So like six or whatever comics down, if you end up like completing a full arc or having like a decent collection,
Hmm.
then see if you
Yep.
can do like a limited edition release, all chrome cover, something.
Yeah.
And then have that be like the specialty thing. But I think that it's too easy
Right.
to not do. It's just, to do it in the first
Absolutely.
one would be a lot.
Yeah.
I would wait until you have like a good collection and be like, we're gonna do a limited release and it's all gonna be chrome. Because then that, like, I would buy it a second time just to
Nice.
get that.
Yeah. Okay.
Just something to think about. Okay, so
Sure.
cross-platform for people who don't know, um, and if you haven't been paying attention, I didn't link the Indiegogo. While there is an Indiegogo, and you can certainly go there if you would like to, Fund My Comic is something that Luke Stone has been working very hard on. He's got a lot of great creators over there, and this is one of the amazing campaigns that is over there. And Justin, I'm gonna let you tell them about why they should go on Fund My Comic instead of Indiegogo, because you have some really cool stuff that's happening on the other side.
Okay, so we just highlighted the metal prints, and I was able to ask Aaron Lepresti to do a variant cover for me, and that variant cover is now only available on FundMyComic. It was available in the first 60 days over on Indiegogo, but once we went in demand and I had already started the campaign on FundMyComic, I just decided to open it up, full bore. So all the tiers are open over here. We've closed down anything that has Lopresti, the Lopresti cover associated with it is no longer available on the Indiegogo campaign. So if you want to back it, get it, you'll need to come on over to FundMyComic to get it.
Awesome.
And also, I want to highlight that we're talking about Luke Stone. This is his art, ladies and gentlemen. So this is his cover. He is the artist on Chrome Dog. I've got Edgar Tavitas did the cover colors here, and then we've got Patrick Gamma, who is his colorist for the Hybrids Universe comics, and then we also we've picked up Eric Weathers. He's doing our lettering. So trying to craft a quality comic for my first go at all of this, and FundMyComic. I mean, goodness, now that I'm, now that it's up and going, originally that's where I was going to launch, but there were a few hiccups along the way, and as the deadline for me to launch loomed, I was like, well, I've got to start somewhere. So I started with Indiegogo, and then I think it was in time for the first 30 days to be over with, FundMyComic comes along. So I created the campaign a few days later, and then I'm dual, running both. So I'll button it up with this cross-platform stretch goals. So what I'm doing is whatever funds we raise on both platforms, I add them together, and then that is going to determine our stretch goal milestones. So we've already surpassed the 3,500 cross platforms, and we're kind of pushing towards the $5,000. I want to say we're still lacking. We're less than $4,000 total. But once we reach that $5,000, I will get a Wally the Wolf sticker, which is wonderfully featured here by Shae in full cosplay regalia.
You love it. All you weirdos.
And there may be another upcoming stretch goal that will be available before the Chrome Dog Challenge coin. I haven't fully, basically I'm winging this as I go.
Right.
Especially this being my first campaign, I want to maximize the value for everybody, but I also want to watch our funds as far as being able to produce the comic in all that, because to me that's what crowdfunding is about. And the goal here is to push far enough past so that we can actually fund at least the beginning, if not all the production of issue number 2, so that this whole thing will start to snowball. And it becomes easier now that I'm actually part of Arrow Comics. So what you see here is, not the Lopresti cover. I want to highlight that the Lopresti cover is only going to be available while we're in crowdfunding for this comic. And once I go to the printers, I will not, it's just a one and done thing. And so once I go to the printers the one time, they're gone. Then so people need to get them while they can, get in where you fit in. And then any reprints in the future is going to be the standard Luke Stone cover here with Arrow Comics.
Very cool. So this is delivering in October?
Yes. And that's, I know it's not too it's pretty far off. But that's mainly because
that's not that far off.
Well, we have a lot of moving parts and spinning plates, as they say. We've got a few comics aside from just mine that's associated with this campaign, with some of the Arrow bundles that we have that have yet to fulfill and or be produced. Like, for example, we've got The Fool, which is currently being crowdfunded on FundMyComic as well. That's Randy Zimmerman's comic. We've also got Rift Riders, which is still, I think it's, I want to say it's at the printers now. If not, it may already be with Luke and is, it's pending fulfillment. So in order for me to be able to fulfill everything having to do with those bundles, I've got to have those comics in hand. Also, the Soul Tack Issue number 1 is not yet produced, so that's a breakout issue from the full graphic novel
Yeah.
version of Soltak. So all of those moving pieces, I just figure best to push it off and then hope for an earlier fulfillment time. So
Yeah, absolutely.
We're very acquainted with Soltak.
Yes,
are you?
we are.
Okay, good. Mad Ruth and or
Dude.
Craig White, he's a great guy.
Mad Roots are peeps.
Yeah, and we're Arrow, like we're both we're Arrow
Yeah.
together. All of
Very
us
cool.
stand together. So
Nice. I like that. Well, okay, so how many pages? How many pages is Chrome Dog?
yeah, so Chrome Dog number 1 is 32 pages.
Okay.
Number 2 will be 32, and then number 3 will be 32. So and it's going to be a complete story arc.
Very
Those
nice.
3 issues, but one step at a time.
Absolutely. All right, so 32 pages. The one and only Lepresti cover, only available on FundMyComic.com. Let's go over your tiers so people know how they can back you, because I really, aside from the fact that I want to, I think it's cool, and I have a particular love of Wally at this point. I want to see you do really well, and I want to see FundMyComic do really well. So the fact that you are primarily over on FundMyComic and have all of this goodness available, let's make sure that we highlight it for everybody.
Sure. Yeah. So, so yeah, I guess you want me to want me to go.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, so the the first tier we have here is $5 for the work from home digital. At this stage, because shipping is a factor as far as internationally, and this being a crowdfunding venture, this is a really good way for the international folks to be able to get their hands on this copy without having to pay those exorbitant shipping fees and taxes and all that stuff, at least at this stage. I know once they're able, once it's in print and they're able to buy from Arrow Comics store online, then the shipping will be a much different story then. So, but yeah, just $5 for the digital. I think comics should be available in all formats, whether digital or physical, for anyone.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so this is so what I've done on each of these tiers, because Scratch, which is Chrome Dog's, that's the name he goes by. Because Scratch is like a working class kind of guy. He's a blue collar worker. He works all kinds of odd jobs and this and that. I decided to name each of these tiers after terms having to do with work. So this is the first shift, which is the Luke cover.
Very nice.
And so it's basically, this is your trade dressed cover. This is going to be the one that's going to be on newsstands, hopefully, right? Like in different comic book stores and spinner racks once we bring them back. So you guys need to, get out there and help us bring back spinner racks.
Nice.
Hashtag
spinner
bring
rack.
back spinner racks. But yeah, and so this is just the base, the standard comic, $15, 32 pages, plus whatever the whatever stretch goals.
Nice.
And then so the second shift, which is the Lepresti cover, this one is actually going to be a virgin cover. So there's no trade dress on this one. If there's going to be any trade dress to be had, it'll be on the back cover, or else inside the front cover. Because I just want to show off all of the awesome line work that Aaron provided.
So we have a request and a question from the chat. So, Carrie, there you go.
Oh, what's happening? Hi, Carrie.
I made you full screen because she requested it. And then she wanted to ask if you can see.
Yes, but here's the best part. Whoever designed these doesn't understand how, while mascot eyes being this far apart is great, human eyes are not. So I get to pick if I look right or left.
Lol,
Like, I
the
can
eye
see your
is what X
reflection.
says. Because I can see your eye through that eye.
Yeah, we see.
It's like my whole face is in this one eyeball.
Love it.
Hey,
Alright.
you know what? It works. It's fine. And I got the top hat.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Very nice. Oh my gosh. This is so cool.
Oh my goodness. I love that. I love that you got a Lopresti cover. That already just makes me like just so tickled. But the fact that you're like, it's a Lopresti cover, we're gonna go with the Virgin cover for it. I'm like, yes, so
Well,
good.
And I'm not charging any extra for it. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah, that was-
$15. You know, just
Yes.
grab you one. There's no reason not to.
That
You
was
know?
the other thing I was gonna say. I understand, and I
Yeah.
wholeheartedly get it from a creator's perspective. If you had to pay extra for someone to do a commission free, blah blah blah, I understand charging more. As a consumer, I fucking hate it, and it pisses me off every time.
Well, so
and it will directly affect how much I back your book. So when people offer them like this, I'm like,
and here's the thing, okay? And I haven't had a chance to really voice this, but I just want to highlight, you know, I'm crowdfunding here, okay?
Right.
These are people who, you know, you find folks out there are taking a chance and backing me in the production of this book. So the $15 is already a premium for what
Yeah.
what I'm asking for. And so why should I add any more to that? Because so ultimately, full disclosure, you know, once Chrome Dog, you know, the first shift issues, quote unquote, hit the newsstand or go into the comic books, they're $4.99 a piece, right?
yeah.
So why should I charge any more between the two when we're in this pre-production stage? That's just where I'm at, and it's 32 pages. It's not like I'm doing, you know, a big graphic novel,
Right.
you know, or whatnot that some of these other folks are doing. Because for now I can draw. I'm just not that good yet. So
Hey, I feel you. I can paint, but nobody wants a painted comic book that Shae did. Everyone's like,
As long as there are boobs. By the way, I'm interrupting for 10 seconds.
Okay.
By Grabthar's hammer. What a savings.
Agreed.
I need to see that movie. I've not yet seen Galaxy Quest.
Oh my god, you need to. Desperately.
It's the most ridiculous. Like,
I do.
It's
I do.
so dumb that it's amazing. I
It
love
is.
it so much. And
I mean,
it
I
is
love
so
the premise.
stupid.
Yeah, I love
And
the
Alan
premise.
Rickman. How could you go
Yeah,
wrong?
I mean, yeah, for real.
But yeah, so this is, and I'll tell you, you know what, I'll give everyone an insight, but specifically since you're already kind of like thinking this way, I will give you the insight that I have when I see a creator like yourself that does this, where you're like, okay, the main book is 15.
Mm-hmm.
The Super Gucci cover with a really good artist is also 15. What this tells me as a consumer is that you are caring about me,
Mm-hmm.
like as someone who's going to back your book. And what it does is it turns me from going, I'm going to pick one of these covers, to I will back both of them
Okay.
out of solidarity. Like, that's what ends up happening,
great.
because it's
Yeah.
like it's people investing in their own comic, because I know for a fact that Lopresti cover is not cheap, right? I understand. But the fact that you're like, but it's worth it to be able to offer it, and I want people to be able to get it. And I consider it an investment in my company, in my brand, in my whatever. And if I make up the money, great. And if I don't make up the money, then it was an investment, right?
100%.
That makes me want to help you make up the money as a consumer. So I'm just throwing that out there for anyone who's trying to, like, if you're trying to convince your wife that this is a good thing to do, like, there you go, okay? I just gave you the speech to give to your wife.
Right?
I'm not guaranteeing it's going to work. Just because it came from a chick doesn't mean another chick does. A lot
Right.
of other chicks are going to be like, yeah, sure, an investment.
Right.
Investment. But look, that's how I see it, and I think that it's fantastic when I see creators who are willing to put a little bit of their own skin on the line. That makes me want to help you out a lot more, especially when you have something that looks as nice as this does, and knowing that, you know, Luke Stone is the person who you have as your artist. That just makes sense. why it looks so pretty, because I love Luke and his work.
Well,
His stuff.
he's the reason that Chrome Dog looks the way he does. He and I, I approached him early on, early last year to help me do a couple of character designs, and we worked together on one. And I was writing, I was in the middle of writing a script that involved that guy, and then here's this Chrome Dog character that had been kind of like festering in the back of my imagination, and he kind of shows up as I'm writing, and I get to where I'm really more interested in what he's about.
Yeah.
And so I the first character is yet to be revealed. We're not sure. I don't know what I'm going to do with the design, but I know this one, he and I, we just kind of vibed as we were, I was saying, hey, what do you think of this? And he says, well, what do you think of that? And I was like, man, that looks cool. And so next thing you know, we have, what we see in front of us here. And, and he said, he says, well, who are you going to get to do your book? And I said, I don't really have anyone in mind yet. And he says, well, I'm going to do your book. I said, you are? And he says, yeah. He says,
he's like,
you
well,
want me
now
to do
you've hired me.
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
you know.
So
That is honestly, that's such a fucking Luke thing too. It's like, well, I'm doing your book now, and I will not take no for an answer. So deal
well,
with it.
what's even better is he actually forgot about that conversation.
Of course he did. Of course he did. You know what?
He has no recollection now. So
I
it's
mean,
like,
to be fair, he doesn't have recollection on quite a few things, thanks
Yeah.
so much to being in a coma for so long. But I find it hilarious that's because I feel like, look, whether he had the illness or didn't have the illness, I feel like he would probably still be like, I don't remember saying that.
well,
He's like,
all of this transpired after all of that.
You hired me because you wanted me, and that is how that went. You asked if I could do it, and I said, I'll make it work. Not, I told you I'm doing this now.
$1,000 there, nice. Thanks, Eric.
Nice. All right. Okay, so then we have this part-time black and white line art edition. I love.
Oh my
these
gosh.
things.
Black and
Alright,
white
so-
line art edition. Yeah, part time because it was part of. Yeah, thanks again, Tex, for that. What is international shipping? So right now, international shipping. I've
It's
got
when
it
you send a
listed-
book overseas.
Oh right, nice.
Be nice to Carrie,
I'm
side.
kidding.
We
I mean,
love
I'm
Carrie.
guessing. So I want to say I've broken it down in regions, and so I think because Australia costs so much to get across the planet, I have found, thanks to Neff and Frequency Girl, I have discovered a cheaper way to ship internationally. To me, I feel like at this stage, I would rather my international readers or customers wait until we get this thing produced, and then I can it'll cost less overall because they're actually going to be buying it at at the lower price plus the lower shipping, and so it'll be maximize the value. I don't know if I mean, unless someone wants to back me at the 50, I don't know. To me, it's just kind of a.
I think the reason Carrie's asking is because she's interested in backing you, but would like to know how much it would cost her should she back you for a physical copy. So, I'm not
sure
tell
where.
you.
Yeah, I'm not sure where she's from. But I think the cost, depending on where it is, it's like 10, 20, and 40 or something like that. I don't know. It's been a while.
Sounds about right. Unfortunately. Well, Carrie, you could always
UK
and see.
Oh, UK. I mean, I may just go in there and adjust the shipping now that I've got the lowest rates, and then people can back if they want, and then we'll be off to the races.
I would, and the reason that I say that is if you have the ability to ship internationally, a lot of people internationally understand just how expensive it is. Just like when I back things that are in Britain, I understand that I'm probably getting charged $25 shipping.
Yeah.
Even if it's like a $15 book, and I'm
Right.
like, okay, that sucks, but you know what? They support us.
Right.
So I will support them.
Yeah. Well,
But
I'm definitely wanting
the
to.
option.
Yeah, I definitely need to tighten it up a little bit so it's not so expensive.
Yeah,
I was just trying to cover all the bases,
That's fair. Yeah, no, it's understandable. It is, and we're the same way when we try to ship some of our merch and stuff like that. Luckily for us, the person like the company that we use for our merchandise is worldwide. So they just if somebody's overseas, they'll just produce it in one of those factories instead of the one in the
Ah,
U.S.
nice. Heck
Which
yeah.
makes it easier. But
Yeah.
then there's also stuff that they only do in certain countries and then
Mhm.
ship. So I ended up paying $16 to get some of my own fucking merch. Just for the shipping. I was like, son of a bitch, this is my merch. Like, they were like, yeah, $16. I'm like, where was my free shipping? And they were like, we moved to Mexico for that. So I'm like, you ass, fine. You know what? I really
Wow.
want that blanket, so I will pay that.
I love
But
it.
I'm mad at you now.
Get your own merch. So the black, well, just to talk about the part-time black and white line art.
Yes, yes, yes.
That is yeah. So that's again same price, $15, and it is all the black and white line art, no lettering, so that you can see all of Luke Stone's letters. Now I will also say this. Um, Written into our contract between he and myself when he's working on this line art, we've determined that there's going to be a splash page, double page splash that he's actually going to draw traditionally. So normally all of this is digital, but he's going to draw that one traditionally and then integrate it digitally. And with the addition of that, it's actually going to be added on to the campaign as a another tier at that time when it's ready for
Yes.
sale. So, and it'll only be here. I'm not putting it over on Indiegogo. As far as I'm concerned, if I ever do anything on Indiegogo, it'll be like just a tertiary kind of thing, or whatnot. Because I've fully, like you, I'm fully invested in what Luke's doing over here. So,
Absolutely. Well, and,
so yeah.
and the fact that, okay, I don't know how long you've been around this like indie comic scene. Sai and I have been around for a while, and the amount of people that have had the good idea fairy to do this and never had the know-how, the gumption, the drive, the whatever to actually make it happen. Um, Seeing somebody like Luke go, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it a thing. This man deserves everyone's support because we have had people who have claimed they were going to do this for years
Hmm.
and no one has come even close. So please go check out Luke and fundmycomic.com.
Oh yeah.
There's so much amazing stuff on there. There's more and more creators every day. So just go check it out. And if something's there or Indiegogo, with everything Indiegogo's been doing, dude, just the creators get more of their own money on Fun My Comic.
Exactly. They do.
Like
Two
your
2%,
support goes
2% more.
your contribution goes more to the creator than it does to Indiegogo. Plus, Luke isn't trying to do the bullshit Mando tip that if you're not careful, you're gonna accidentally tip Indiegogo money. You
Exactly.
didn't want to. That pissed me
Exactly.
off so bad.
There is a tip. There's a tip that if you optionally provide one,
Yes, you
it
can
will
tip.
it will push it will it will go towards pushing it towards the top as a featured campaign. So it's kind of a way to promote the site as well as because that all that money, that tip money goes to make the website better, but it also
Yep.
promotes your favorite indie artist that you're backing in the moment.
Which is super awesome, but again, it's an option. It's not a Mando
Exactly.
thing like
Exactly.
Indiegogo has attempted, where they just slide it in there, and if you're not paying attention, like next thing you know, they tried to. I
Food
backed
trucks
something the
do
other
that.
day.
I hate it. I
I
hate going up to a food truck and it's like, tip. I'm like,
tips
why? You're making my food and it's already high. You've like added all this, tacked on all
right
this cost. Anyway, go ahead.
because you're
Sorry.
mobile.
Yeah.
Apparently, have to pay
Yeah, I
for
guess
your
so.
mobility.
Yeah. So what were you saying?
Yeah. Oh no, I was just gonna say I backed
Yep.
something the other day that was $20, $20 tier with $10 shipping, and Indiegogo was like $10 tip. I'm like, 25%. I'm sorry. What have you done? Like, no, 0 tip. That's what you get. Screw you. That was rude. Anyway, okay. Um, I digress. I'm very angry with Indiegogo lately. Okay. The Arrow Bundle 2. What is this?
So the Arrow Bundle number 2 features 6 comics, including Chrome Dog number 1. You've got Hybrids number 2, Hero Bot Zero number 2, the Revolt, which is it's a anthology series that Arrow puts out with I think it's all black and white, but it's on printed on premium paper. And so it's that issue number 2, and then Soul Tack, the not the full graphic novel, but this is the first floppy, which is a breakout from the graphic novel. Will be issue number 1. The Fool number 1, which is Randy Zimmerman's new title, and then of course Chrome Dog, plus the stretch goals. I always forget how to say that. The stretch goals that are associated with this bundle.
Nice.
And then the Arrow bundle number 1, some of you may recognize from the Rift Riders campaign, as well as, I think on the Fool campaign now that the Fool has a campaign, it's probably on there too. So each one of us Arrow creators are putting these bundles on our campaign. And it might even be on Soul Tack. I haven't looked at it recently, but I'm pretty sure Craig would have put it on there as well, since he's with us. But that one features 8 comics. You're going to get a Hybrids number 1, Sin Killer number 1, Only Death Can Save Us number 1, which is a fantastic book. Actually, both of those books, Sin Killer, and for two different reasons, they're both wonderful books. Hero Bot Zero number 1, Paragon number 1, which is another Randy Zimmerman original, as well as Calico. That's another one of his. The Revolt number 1, and then Rift Riders number 1. All 8 comics for the low price of $50 plus shipping. So it's a pretty good deal. Yeah.
That's a great deal.
So to put it in perspective, if you put the bundle 1 and bundle 2 together, that's 14 comics plus the stretch goals, plus shipping. You get 14 comics for $90 plus shipping. It's a pretty good deal.
Awesome. All right. And then we have the Midnight Shift.
Yes. So here's the Midnight Shift. It's the Lepresti cover, and you're going to get the comic book, which features the Virgin cover of what we see here with Chrome Dog throwing down with Seether, and then it comes with a metal print, which is going to be the same size as the comic. I decided this one I don't want to go oversized just yet. Maybe in the future. Oh my gosh. Carrie says anyone else distracted by Shae and her cosplay?
And Hex says he can't stop laughing at your head.
As it bobs.
Every time, well, it's because every time I was trying to okay, wait, what is that one? I'm like, okay, I read this, and I remember that picture, and then this, and I remember that one. Okay, anyway, yay, Mad Ruth, hi! How are you? We love Ruth, he's amazing. Yeah. And yeah, he says absolutely the Arrow bundles 1 and 2 are on his campaign, as they should be. You guys should all be supporting these people. They are amazing creators.
These people.
I know who I am.
I'm sorry, those people, because clearly I do not belong with.
No, you're furry.
I'm a furry mech.
A mecha furry.
Mecha furry.
Ew.
Oh my gosh. I feel so gross. Okay, back to these. Yeah, okay.
All right, so the Swing Shift. Yes, Swing Shift pack. This one is the Luke Stone cover, and this was definitely my pick as far as what I really wanted to have on this campaign, and it's mainly because of what we talked about earlier with the metal print, and I wanted to show off that cover with the 2 moons of Ringgold, which we haven't really gotten into the setting, which is fine. People will get to see it a little more when they pick up the book. But so those are 2 moons kind of shown in the background there. It's Lux and Proximo. And so you can actually see them in all clarity without the logo and trade dress in the way. So
very cool.
That's a metal print there. So you get 1 and 1 together for one low price. And then this is the all-nighter bundle. So nice. Chrome Dog's going to pull an all-nighter, right? So this is everything. This is all 3 versions of the comic book plus the 2 metal prints and all the physical stretch goals. All for $100 plus shipping. So
wow.
it's a it's a pretty good deal.
That is a great
Um,
deal.
yeah, we've
And,
had
and
several over on Indiegogo back when it was available. Like in the first few days, they took advantage of that one for sure,
well, of
and
course,
I'm
because
really
look,
grateful.
you could do one of these for 55. If you did both of them together, you're already at 110. Plus, you don't
Right,
have the line art edition.
exactly.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, why would you not do that? Like,
I'm trying to
absolutely.
maximize value here. That's the theme.
Well, yeah, that's because that's a creator that cares about his audience. That is amazing. I'm stoked. I really like how this campaign looks. I think that you've got a really cool premise. I like the humor that you have in it, and it feels. You know what it reminds me of? It feels a lot like the old school, like kind of anime or animated Batman type stuff, where like
Mhm.
there's definitely a serious line that's going through there, but things
Yes.
happen where you're like, that's just ridiculous. Like, that is so funny. Him getting his head kicked around. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to take another cosplay photo of the head spun and me just being like panicked. Um, and I'll definitely do that before I have pictures to send you.
Nice.
But
Thank you.
but I really do like this, and I definitely think you guys should go check it out. Sai, do you have any questions or anything that we haven't addressed?
No, I'm just staring hauntingly at your head.
That's fair. That's fair.
I love it.
Justin, is there anything else that we haven't covered that you wanted to talk about before we wrap?
I know. So coming down the pike, I haven't, we haven't really highlighted this, but there's a group of us creators that are coming together to create um, an anthology. Luke is the editor. What was you
People want me
sniffing
to
the?
smell I'm smelling the chat. Smells like a
Nice.
bunch of bullshit. I don't see y'all back in. I'm just saying.
Smells like Teen Spirit.
But what we're doing is we're creating this book called Out of Obscurity, and it's where there's several of us creative teams, and we're taking um, public domain characters, and we're writing stories and getting artists on board to help us create each of these small stories. Mine is 6 pages long. And it features a character from back in the 1940s called the Bronze Terror. And so what I've done is I've recreated him, um,
Nice.
and I've put him into my universe. So he's actually going to be a character that exists in my Ringgold verse, in the future. So this is kind of
So
like
who's
the first
doing a
introduction.
Winnie the Pooh story?
Somebody was doing a Cthulhu, I think is what they were calling
Oh
it,
my
but I don't know.
gosh.
I don't know if that fell through. I don't know. Um, I want to say that one.
Cthulhu.
Yeah, that creative team, something may have happened again. I I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was not. It was gonna be a thing, but I don't think it will be.
That's
So,
just ridiculous.
oh
I
no,
don't. I wasn't supposed to have furry hands. I was supposed to have metal
metal
hands, but
claws.
I didn't have time. I'm
Buy a
sorry.
lefty and righty Freddy glove, and
If I would have had time, I totally would have done it, but I ran out of time. I was too busy stitching this damn face. Okay, look at it.
I
she
mean, it
was
looks
It
pretty
is
damn
stitched
cool.
on.
I love it.
watching Shae come home from work and then sit in her bed with a needle and thread.
And I'm whip stitching this bitch on. That's what I did. It was
Whip
great.
stitch.
Oh yeah.
Chris, I'm not highlighting that. No.
Well,
Oh no.
so I guess one thing I want to say about Wally the wolf is like
Mhm.
why is a wolf this golden color, right? So the animators in that universe, kind of like how the animators created Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse doesn't really look much like a mouse, does he? With those
Yeah.
ridiculous ears on top of his head. But so with Wally the wolf, it's actually there's a species of wolf that lives in a nearby sector called the golden prairie wolf, and so that's kind of where the orange color comes from. Anyway, that's
Nice.
little little known fact. Yeah, some lore, I guess,
Very nice.
from this universe I'm
Oh.
crafting.
Oh my gosh. All right, this book looks amazing. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. It's also in the description. Please, please go and back this. Back often. Tell your friends. This is definitely something that we want to see succeed. And Justin, I think that you got something really cool here. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah.
And yeah, I
Thank
think
you.
it's gonna be cool. All right, so before we wrap, we're gonna play the trailer. Now I'm going to warn you all. Yep, exactly. Shae did not have time to drop the volume on this trailer, so y'all might. This is your warning. Turn your shit down, because I almost blew my eardrum out inside of this fucking wolf head.
But it's
I hit
good.
play and went, oh shit!
It's a
and
good
turned it
trailer.
back off.
I'm telling you, put it at like 12%.
Oh
It's
my gosh.
intense. It's intense, guys.
I didn't
In
mean
fact,
to.
I'm
I didn't
gonna-
mean to have it so loud.
No, you're good. It's fine. I'm gonna drop my volume now before I hit play because I'm a little terrified. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our Valkyrie. Go and back Chrome Dog, and we will see you guys next time. Check you later.
Ah. Ah. Blame Shae.